Hello, it's Dark Element, and this is season 2 to the Total Drama My Way with explanations. Last season was Total Drama Redemption, and Scary Girl won, which a couple from last season's returning, like Axel B, Anna Maria, Courtney, Brick, Scary Girl, Eva. No, Eva wasn't there. Jasmine, and Dakota is normal now. Our first team. Here's our two teams: the Demonic Sticks and the Sassy Spiders. Right off the bat, everybody has their eye on Scary Girl and Brick because they were the finalists. Let's go over the alliances. Alright, Tom and Jake would obviously be an alliance. I feel like Scary Girl, Brick, and Jasmine would keep their alliance from last season. Eva would probably join them. And the first challenge, Demonic Sticks lose. We already know who's the first boot. No explanation why. He's so annoying. The next episode, there's a twist. Chris says there's a special contestant debating in this season. And debating this season is Gwen. But she'll take Dave's place. The next episode, very simple. Courtney and Gwen becomes friends. I feel like they would have Amy join their alliance. Heather and Anna Maria would be arguing consistently. But the Sassy Spider loses. Dakota would probably be eliminated. The paparazzi constantly following her and everything would get her eliminated. Eva would find the immunity idol shortly after the next episode. Chet, with his arrogance, would start getting on his team's nerves. Scary Girl would be creeping her team out to the T. Tom and Brick would become good friends. Because one, Heather and Amy would form an alliance, which they would secretly sabotage the challenge and lose. They would all team up, Heather and Amy, and they would get off Gwen. I know, shocking, because they know how close good Gwen is. Courtney obviously gets mad, and she thinks it's very suspicious. Because Chet should have been eliminated. The Sassy Spiders lose. Scary Girl would take a note of how close Tom and Jake are. It would be the final two would be Jake and Scary Girl. But Scary Girl secretly talked to Heather earlier during the challenge and rigged the votes getting Jake out. Tom is now angry, which is all part of Scary Girl Amy's and Heather's plan. Benji and Courtney start getting along sort ofly, but they lose. They notice that they both agree to vote out B because of his intelligence. The next episode. Chet is seriously getting on his teams now, and Heather and Amy both decide to purposely lose to get him out. Jasmine takes a note of this and explains to her team that what Amy and Heather's plan are. So they purposely want to lose. Both teams lose, which means one from each team will be voted off. They all vote off Chet. They all agree to vote off Jaquaz because he's been very suspicious recently. We're down to our final 14. Axel gets kicked off the island because she starts a fight with Chris. Crimson and Scary Girl form a bond, which distracts them from Amy and Heather's plan. They both take a note of this and plan to sabotage their team, which Scary Girl gets blamed and eliminated. Which they are all the early boots. Heather realizing that they're all realizing her evil plan. No, Amy realizes that Heather and them are going to get caught eventually. But this team loses. They all decide to vote off Brick because he won a season prior. Something crazy happens. Ashley debates. Ashley's thrown in a challenge to mix up and throw some fun, which this team lose. Amy, realizing that they get caught, she throws Heather on the bus, which gets Heather eliminated. Amy, now being the big villain, realizes that she has to start playing dirty, which she sabotages the other team and rig the votes for it to be Jasmine, because Jasmine's a really good contestant, which really throws the team off. They lose again because Jasmine's out and they vote out Crimson. We're down to our final 9. Alright, we're in our merge. They realize that Scary Girl is still lurking somewhere on the island. Chris finds her and for a twist, lets her back in the challenge. Her and Amy immediately start working together. Scary Girl wins immunity. Now her and Amy talk about and they vote off Courtney. The next episode, with Courtney gone, that leaves Eva and Tom and Hunter and Ashley all form an alliance. These 4 are an alliance. These 4. These 2 are an alliance and these 3 are in a hunt. The next episode, Eva wins immunity. Amy talks to Eva about she will help her win even more if they get rid of Hunter. She agrees to betray them and gets Hunter out. We're down to our final 8 contestants. Scary Girl. The challenge keeps going, and Anna Maria wins immunity. The twist is she can pick someone to eliminate, and she chooses Scary Girl. Because she realizes they don't get her out now, she would go to the finale again. They add a boy to debate. Brody debates. It's boys versus girls. If the girls win, they all get immunity. If the boys win, they all get immunity. The boys win immunity, which leaves them. They all agree to vote out Anna Maria because she knows too much. Next episode's a double elimination. Devin gets eliminated, and they also vote out Benji. We're down to our final 5. Ashley reveals about Amy being in alliance. No, about Eva and Amy's alliance. Eva wins immunity, which gets Amy out, which is she's the main villain. Brody gets eliminated. We're down to our final 3. We have Ashley, Eva, and Tom. Ashley gets eliminated. Tom wins. Alternative winner, Eva. Tom wins this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I hope you enjoy this, and hopefully we'll do a season 3. Remember, season 1, Scary Girl won. Season 2, Tom won.